Hello, welcome to Computer Concepts and Applications at Neosho County Community College. In Chapter 10, we'll be covering how to create, edit, and format a presentation using PowerPoint 2013. If you're following along, we'll begin in our textbooks on page 289. Presentations occur in a variety of meetings, seminars, classrooms, or other events for a variety of purposes. Some presentations are informational, while others are designed to deliver news or persuade you to buy a good or service. Often, PowerPoint is the presentation application in the Microsoft Office suite. The program is widely used to create a set of slides that incorporates text and multimedia. A new presentation can be created at the PowerPoint Start screen by choosing a template, a theme, or a variant of a theme. PowerPoint starts a new presentation with the title slide displayed in the normal view. In the normal view, the current slide displays in widescreen format. In PowerPoint 2013, we're going to begin a new presentation and base it on the Ion theme, which is the second option in the first row. Selecting it one time will allow you to choose some different color variants. There's green, blue, purple, and red in this particular theme. After choosing the Ion theme, we'll select the last variant, which is the orange color scheme, and then select, down at the bottom, More Images. So you can see how the charts would appear, the smart art, as well as different photo layout. Because this is based on a theme, we have very little control over the design. Here, we're allowing the theme to build the design for us. Select the blue color scheme and take a moment and look at the different images at the bottom. Continue to do so until you have viewed all 4 variants. When you're done, we'll select the blue theme and then select Create. Notice when Microsoft PowerPoint launches, we're immediately given the title slide. Compare your screen with the one shown in Figure 10.1. We'll begin over on page 292. Let's click to add a title. The title of our presentation is called Car Maintenance. For the subtitle, we'll include the text, Tips for All Seasons. The New Slide button in the Slide group of the Home tab is used to insert a new slide after the active slide. The button has 2 parts. Tapping or clicking the top part of the button adds a new slide. The content placeholder in this layout provides options to add text, table, chart, smart art graphic, picture, or video to the slide. Tapping or clicking the bottom of the New Slide button provides a drop-down list of slide layouts that you can choose from. Slide layouts determine the number, position, and type of content placeholders for a slide. Let's select the top part of the New Slide button. In the title, let's type in the text, Why Maintain a Car? Notice the fonts have been decided for us, as well as the font sizes. Please click to add more text in the placeholder and add the bullets found on page 292. Once you're completed with the content, we'll do the same steps again and add a new slide. The third slide will have the text Fall and Winter Maintenance. The text for the next bulleted items can be found on the top of page 293. Please take a moment and fill in all of the bullets. check for any misspellings, and make your corrections. When done, go back to slide 1 in the thumbnail pane. Select the All Seasons in the subtitle. Instead of All Seasons, we're going to replace that text for Tips for Car Owners. On slide number 2, delete Improve and type Sustain on the 4th bulleted item. Tap or click to place an insertion point within the title placeholder and edit the title so that the M in Maintain and C in Car are capital letters. This is in the title text placeholder on the top of the slide. Tap or click in an unused area of the slide to deactivate. Let's save our presentation as Car Maintenance with your last name. Continuing on page 294, we're still going to continue with the presentation that we've began. Let's go to slide 1. Under the Design ribbon at the top of PowerPoint, tap or click the faucet theme in the Themes gallery, which is the 3rd option. If you're not sure what theme it is, use your mouse and move over the theme in order to get the pop-up window that will give you the dialog box of the name. Select it one time. You'll notice your design theme has now been changed. If you're using a mouse, you can roll the mouse over the various theme options and view the active slide with a live preview of the theme. On the right-hand side of the ribbon, notice there are different variants available. Here, you can see a list of variants that are available by moving your mouse over each individual option. You can also choose the chevron that's pointing down to get different information on colors, fonts, effects, and background styles. Let's select colors from the drop-down list. We will choose the red-orange from the Colors gallery. Next, let's go to the Home tab. We'll also enter a new slide. On this slide, we have title and content layout. And if you're unsure what layout style you have, you can always check under the layout drop-down from the Home ribbon. To add a title, we'll select one time and type in typical annual maintenance cost. In the content area, we're going to add a table. Select the first icon in the content box. Select 5 for the number of, select 2 for the number of columns, and for the number of rows, we'll select 6. Then choose OK. With the insertion point positioned in the first cell in the table, we'll type in type of car, and in the second cell, we'll type in cost. Please fill in the rest of the information, which can be found on page 295. In the next step, we'll be learning how to modify a table In the table tools, notice that we have two new ribbons displayed, Design and Layout. Slide or drag the right middle sizing handle left until the right border of the table ends below the first E in Maintenance. Tap or click in any cell in the second column. From here, we're going to select the Table Tools Layout tab. Then we'll select the button in the table group and then tap Select Column in the drop-down list. After selecting the column, we'll apply a center alignment style. Tap or click in any cell in the first column. Next, we are going to change the cell size group of the Table Tools Layout tab to 3.5 for the width. Slide or drag the top border of the table to move the table until it is positioned into the appropriate location. And save your file. On page 296 of your textbook, we'll now work with formatting text with font and paragraph options. We still are working on the car maintenance PowerPoint presentation. Let's go to slide 3. In slide 3, we're going to choose to insert a new slide. The title text for this slide will be Spring and Summer Maintenance. For the first bulleted item in our content placeholder, we'll type Thoroughly Clean Vehicle and then press Enter. With the insertion point positioned at the beginning of the second bulleted item, we'll select or click the Increase List Level button. This will create a subset bulleted list. Next, we'll type in the text that it will prevent rust by removing sand and salt accumulated from winter driving. Pressing the Enter key will continue the subset list. You could choose to decrease up at the top or hold down Shift and press Tab. That's the shortcut for decreasing an indent. Next, we're going to select and type Check Cooling System. Type the remaining text on the slide as shown on page 296. Select 12,000 in the content placeholder. Let's change the font color on the mini toolbar. Select the red Accent 1. Also, let's bold the miles. Tap or click in the title text to activate the title placeholder. Use center alignment to center the text on the slide. And save your presentation. On page 298 of your textbook, we'll work with sizing, resizing, aligning, and moving placeholders. The active placeholder displays with a border and selection handles, which are used to resize or move the placeholder. Paragraph or font options apply to the text in which the insertion point is positioned or to selected text. To apply a font or paragraph change to all of the text in a placeholder, tap or click the placeholder's border to remove the insertion point or deselect the text. With our card maintenance presentation open, let's travel to slide 5. Tap or click the down pointing arrow on the New Slide button. Here you can see a list of all of the layouts available. Tap or click Comparison. Comparison can be found, the middle option, on the second row. For the title text, we'll type Top 5 Cars Rated by Maintenance Cost. On the left side, we'll have the least expensive, and on the right side, we'll have the most expensive. For the least expensive, please type in the text found on page 298 and continue for the most expensive. Tap or click anywhere within the bulleted list below the heading Least Expensive to activate the placeholder. Tap or click anywhere along the border of the active placeholder to remove the insertion point, selecting the entire placeholder. The next action will affect all of your text within the placeholder. You can change font options or paragraph options for the entire bulleted list. Tap or click the numbering button in the paragraph group. Here, you can choose a sample of numbering options as your bullets. Let's choose the first option. Next, let's also choose the most expensive placeholder, and we'll change the numbered list to it as well. Slide or drag the right middle sizing handle until the right border of the placeholder is at the approximate location shown in the image on page 299. We'll start with the least expensive placeholder. And do the same with the most expensive placeholder. And save your revisions. On page 300 of your textbook, we'll now use the slide sorter view to move, duplicate, and delete slides. With your card maintenance PowerPoint still open, let's go to the View tab and look at the slide sorter view. Here, you can see all of the slides in your presentation in small thumbnails. Select slide 5. Next, we'll drag slide 5 to the top row, placing it to the right of slide number 2. As you slide or drag and move slide in slide sorter view, the existing slides will begin to rearrange around the slide. When you need to create a new slide with the same layout as an existing slide, and with the placeholder sized, aligned, and positioned the same, making a duplicate copy of the existing slide is ideal. Once the slide is duplicated, all you have to do is change the text. Let's select slide number 6. Press and hold to display the mini toolbar, or you can also choose to right-click to display the shortcut menu. Select the Duplicate button. Now we have a new slide number 7 that's identical to slide number 6. Let's open slide number 7 by double-clicking. To delete a slide, right-click on slide number 7 in the thumbnail to get the mini toolbar. Tap or click Delete Slide. Save your revisions. On page 302 of your textbook, we'll now work with modifying the slide master. Each presentation that you create includes a slide master. A slide master determines the default formatting and paragraph options for placeholders when you insert new slides. If you want to make a change to a font or paragraph option for the entire presentation, making the change in the slide master will apply the change automatically to all slides in the presentation. For example, if you want a different font color for all of the slide titles, simply change the font color on the slide master. Let's go to the slide master view. From the slide master view, scroll to the top so you can see all of the different layouts available. Scroll to the very first slide. Select it. Tap or click the border of the title text placeholder on the slide master view to select it. On the Home tab, we'll select a different font color, the dark red Accent 6. Tap or click the border of the content placeholder to select the placeholder, and then we'll select the bullets in the paragraph group. From the bullets and numbering from the drop-down list, we're going to change the color. The color option is found at the bottom. Also, choose dark red 6 and select OK. Also, after we change the color, we can also set a new bullet style. Let's choose the dark squares. Then select OK. On the Slide Master tab, we will close out of our master view. Take a moment and look at your previous slides. Notice how now we have these squares and the titles are now red on all of the slides in the presentation. Save your presentation before we continue. On page 304, notes, generally referred to as speaker notes, are text typed in the Notes pane below the slide pane in normal view. Comments can also be added to slides and will appear in the Comments pane at the right of the slide pane. With our presentation still open, let's display slide 1. Tap or click the Notes button in the status bar to turn on the Notes pane. Where it says click to add notes, click one time and type in the note on page 304. Display slide 3 in the slide pane. Remember, you can also drag the border of the Notes pane upward so you have more room to type. Click or type in the notes and add the second note on page 304. To turn off the Notes pane, simply select Notes again to undisplay it. Let's go ahead and select the Comments button also found on the status bar. let's select the new comment from the top right. Here, we can add a comment about our slide. Add the comment on the top of page 305. Next, we'll go to slide 4. We'll add an additional comment to this slide as well. To close out the comments, we'll simply select the comments from the status bar. Save your revised presentation. To display a slideshow, we'll select the Slideshow button from the top. Then we'll select From Beginning. Here, you're able to see your PowerPoint presentation and also your comments as well as your notes. At the bottom, we have the arrows that direct us to go from slide to slide. On page 306, we also have some presentation options, including a pen tool, seeing all slides, zoom, black and unblack the slideshow, and additional slideshow options. These can be found in your book on page 306. Tap or click on the right arrow to move towards all of your slides. Continue tapping and clicking the next slide arrow to navigate throughout all of your slides until you get a black screen. After the last slide is viewed, a black screen is shown with the message "End of slideshow, click to exit." Many presenters leave the screen black when their presentation is ended until the audience has left, because tapping or clicking to exit displays the presentation in normal view on the screen. At the black screen that appears, tap the screen and then tap End Show button. This takes us back to normal view. Let's go to slide number 1, and in the slide pane, let's select the Slideshow button. The Slideshow button is on the right-hand side of the status bar. Tap or click the More Slideshow Options button. From here, you can show the presenter view or hide the presenter view. Continue going through each of your slides as appropriate. With our presentation still open, I'm going to show you now how you can print your presentation for handouts and speaker notes. Under the File menu, let's select Print. At the Print tab, the Backstage view, you can click the Full Page Slides list arrow in the Settings. Here you can see you can have notes, an outline, 1 slide per page for handouts, or we could do up to 9 slides per page. Let's select 3 slides in the Handouts view. This will allow our audience members to take notes and put 3 slides on each page. Now, look at how it would view if we chose to do 6 slides. Tap or click the 6 slides horizontal, and also you can tell it to print the comments and the ink markup. By selecting the 6 slides horizontal again, you'll notice at the bottom we can choose to print the comments and the ink markup. Removing that check mark will not print the comments or the ink markup. Next, let's tap or click the Next Page button to display Slide 2 in the Preview section. Then you can go forth and view all of the slides before you print. Notice in PowerPoint 2013, there's an option to edit the header and footer. This allows us to add a header and footer for all of our slides. At the Header and Footer dialog box with the Notes and Handouts tab active, let's click the Header checkbox. For the Header checkbox, type in your first and last name. And for the footer, we'll type in our school name. Then we'll apply to all of our slides. You can preview the header and footer text by scrolling through the remaining slides. Next, we'll select the Back button and save. That concludes Chapter 10 of Microsoft PowerPoint. In Chapter 11, we'll work with enhancing a presentation by adding pictures, sound, video, and animation effects. Hope you enjoyed this PowerPoint unit. Look forward to working with you in Chapter 11.